Okay, great. We're recording now. All right. So it's just congratulating everybody on an amazing 2015. Number 211 in the company out of over 400,000 people. If you do the math on that, we are in the top 0.1% of this entire company. I can't even fully absorb that yet because I still feel like an inept, failing forward mom who's trying to find balance and juggling life and kids and working from home. I don't feel like a 0.1%er. And the reason that I don't feel that in myself is because it's not just me doing this. We're all together. It takes every single one of us striving for goals, working on ourselves, teaming up, supporting one another. So it dawned on me this morning, that's why I feel like I didn't do this, because I didn't. We did this together. So yeah, it's my name on it, but it's our team. And it truly has been a completely humbling and surreal experience to watch this come to fruition and watch it happen. So congratulations to you guys. I applaud you, because without all of us working together, I would still just be a struggling, chaotic, out of balance mom trying to juggle everything on my own and living in chaos. And I see a lot of you nodding because you live the same life I do. And it's nuts, right? Yes, that's why we often have a glass of red wine when we're on these calls because it's 8:30 at night and we're done for. Okay, so a few announcements before we get started into the content of the call tonight. I'm going to try to change this to speaker view so you guys can, there we go. Okay, that makes it a little easier. A few announcements. There are amazing challenge packs on sale right now on promotion. There are zero excuses not to hit Success Club this month. Seriously. And for those of you that are new, all Success Club means is that you help 3 to 5 people join you in whatever challenge pack you joined with, which is basically just like referring your friend to your hairdresser, because you're not coaching anyone right now. You're just going to refer them to the coach that's running your challenge group and say, hey, you need to do this with me. Get your butt in this group. We're going to work out together. We're going to eat healthy. And if you snag 3 to 5 people to surround yourself with, you've hit Success Club. No excuses in January not to hit Success Club. Easy breezy. You can help somebody get started with 21-Day Fix, Fix Extreme. There's a Kickstart package with both of those that comes with a 3-day refresh. All of those are an amazing value and a great way to help someone get started. If you think about it, we all want fast results, but we know Beachbody's focused on doing things the healthy way, the right way, no quick fixes that don't last. But yet we're humans and we need a quick fix, right? So the 3-day refresh is a perfect way to bring on a new coach, a person who's reluctant or hesitant, because in 3 days they're going to have results. And then start them in with 21-Day Fix, and 3 weeks later, they've got a transformation story, and they feel confident and motivated. So really focus on those. Of course, the Master's Hammer and Chisel, which a lot of us have started this week. Amazing. Like, my body hurts. So sore. So Jessica's nodding. Katie's nodding. It's an amazing program for those who are looking to advance to the next level. I would not recommend this for beginners. It's crazy. The Kickstart package available with that too. If you've got people that are anti-Shakeology, I know, gasp, but they're out there, right? Or even some people I know have a food allergy to one of the superfoods in there. You can help them get into either the club challenge pack with performance line, or like Hammer and Chisel comes in a challenge pack with performance line, so they can get energized and recover with their fitness program. So there's really something for everybody, no matter what their obstacles are or their goals. And of course, a 3-day refresh challenge pack is on sale on promotion as well. So check your Coach Online office under Coach Breaking News, and you can see everything that you need to be able to help somebody this month to get started on their resolutions and their goals. Again, super easy to hit Success Club this month. I want every single one of you that's on this call right now, and those of you who are listening to this as a recording, to make a commitment to hold yourself to go find 5 people this month and help them. You've got something incredible. Support, fitness, nutrition, accountability, and recognition and rewards for a job well done, prizes they can earn, cash money they can win. it's the perfect package all the way around. So you can go feel really great about helping somebody get in on one of our challenge groups. And if you're not sure how to do that, ask your upline sponsor or reach up to your upline diamond or star diamond and ask them for help, and they'll help you. I hope you guys were on the surge Monday. Lots of news packed into those few hours. The January surge was Monday night. Of most importance, in my opinion, is the new flavor Shakeology coming out on Monday, Cafe Latte. And I loved getting to hear Darren O'Lean talk about the nutritional focus. So I'm going to get on my nutritional soapbox for a second. And I really want, especially newer coaches who may not have confidence yet in our company and our products, I want you to understand that, all right, so we wanted a coffee flavor for Shakeology. Darren O'Lean is one of the co-creators of Shakeology, and he is called the superfood hunter. He travels the world looking for what other cultures, what other people in other places in the far corners of the world, what they eat. And he looks at the different, genetic diseases that people have there and their level of health and fitness. And he studies what they eat, and he finds these foods. And our shakes are jam-packed with things he's discovered from all over the world. There is no other meal replacement shake or supplemental shake out there on the market that even comes close to what ours has. So when he's talking about Cafe Latte, he talked about how he started looking at, the coffee bean and this fruit that's around the bean. Who knew, right? Who knew? But apparently the combination of the fruit around the bean along with the bean is the most powerful antioxidant on the face of the earth. And he wanted to make sure that we didn't just pour caffeine or coffee flavoring into Shakeology, but he captured the nutritional powerhouse of the coffee bean and fruit. And he was adamant on the surge the other night about us all understanding the nutritional value of that. It's not just coffee flavored. So again, we can be supremely confident in standing on the value of our shake and even the price, which a lot of people roll their eyes about. It's too expensive, right? But when people understand things like the combination of the fruit and the coffee bean together, nutritional powerhouse. And you can even remind them of the fact that we didn't even have a vanilla flavor for like 4 years because they could not find a non-GMO organic vanilla bean in the world. For 4 years, they looked for one. It took them 4 years to find one. And that's how we started having vanilla. So these are things that you guys need to know as Cafe Latte comes out on Monday so that you can share it with people and really help them understand why Shakeology is different, that it's not a weight loss shake. You cannot compare it to Slim Fast or any of the other MLM shakes out there. There's no comparison at all. All right, stepping off the soapbox now. Also on the surge, they announced that the Performance line products, Energize and Recover, are now going to come in a little 10-pack box of little packets. So for people that do love to go to the gym, or like today I was at my daughter's school and there's a group of teachers doing T25 at the school, and perfect for them to have their little packets of Energize in their classroom that they can start sipping on while they're getting kiddos out the door, and then they all go work out together after school doing T25. And don't you know I was all over that when I saw her walking around with that T25 packet. So be aware of what's coming out. Share it with your customers, with your challenge groups, with people that you hear talking about, oh, I started to work out and I'm so tired. I just don't even want to go. Share that with them because it'll help them. Let's talk about events real quick. Lots of cool stuff coming up. Of course, this weekend is Super Saturday and Super Sunday all over the country. Most of us will be at the one in Dallas. It's actually Frisco. But I know we've got several girls that are going to be in Hot Springs, Atlanta, down in Houston. So be sure that you do not miss out on going. It's January. We are in the health and fitness business. We are coaches who encourage people to take action through changing their physical health. We owe it to our own business and to the people that we serve to go to these events, to get informed, to connect with other coaches and find out what they're doing to help other people, and to pump ourselves up to stay encouraged for the next 3 months until the next event. You've got to be there. I would even venture to say that all successful coaches go to events. I don't know very many that create success without going to events. So find out where the event closest to you is, go, and take somebody with you. Take some people with you. Check the event page for the Dallas Super Sunday. I'll be sharing in there our plans for eating together before and after the event. So check that out if you want to join us for a meal. Second event topic is Success Club trip. Totally over the moon that we're going to Punta Cana because that's where Brandy and I just went in October together. Beautiful, amazing, incredible place to travel, and Beachbody's going to pay for you to go. Before you start thinking that there's no way you could go, that you're not good enough, that you're too new, that you can't afford it, stop. You can do this. All you have to do is hit Success Club every month. Aim for Success Club every month. Remember, that's helping 3 to 5 people get into your challenge group that your coach is running for you or that you're running yourself. Beachbody will pay for your trip. You can get registered on January 19th at www.puntacana2017.com. And it's in our team page if you didn't catch that. You will have to pay a $300 non-refundable deposit when you register, but you are earning double Success Club trip dollars in January. For every Success Club point you earn, you're earning double trip dollars. So go ahead and pay that $300 deposit and know that it's going to come back around to you because you're going to get the rest of your trip paid for. So put yourself out there. It's a great way to commit ahead of time and hold your feet to the fire to hit Success Club and build your business this year so you can go and have your trip fully paid for. And it's an all-inclusive resort. So once you get there, all you got to do is pay for your flight. You get there, all your food, all your drinks are covered, and the resort is throwing in a $750 hotel credit that you can use at the spa, the golf course, anything extra like that. So it's a win-win. It's incredible to have that opportunity. Okay, what else? Oh, and about the Success Club trip, I'm going to be registering for the second wave. There's 2 waves, and I'm in the second one. So when you guys register, be sure and pick the second one if you want to be with me. Let's see. Finally, last event to talk about is Summit. It's in Nashville this summer. You can Google Beachbody Coach Summit 2016 and find out all the information you need. If you do nothing else this year, go to Summit. It's the most beneficial thing you can do if you're serious about building this business. On top of that, the energy and momentum and encouragement and motivation you get just for your life will bless you. Will bless your socks off tremendously. Okay, questions in the chat box. Have they said anything about this year's Success Club trip? You know, it's a cruise ship and they can only fit what they can fit. So, you know, pretty much if you're in the 3,000 or 4,000s on, the wait list, you're probably not going to get on. I don't expect to get on. There's something about me and Beachbody Cruises. I don't get on the ship. I don't know what's up with that. It's wrong. So we may just we'll take a team cruise eventually so we can all go cruise together. That would be awesome. Let's just go to Disney. Of course, Melissa would say that. All right, guys, there's a chat box there if you want to put, questions in that, people can answer while we talk. I'm going to go ahead and jump in to the meat and the heart of tonight's call. I have been just chomping at the bit to talk to you guys. I have been reading and listening to so much amazing personal development, and I've been holding back on posting it in our team pages because I wanted to save it for tonight and really kick this year off with a strong vision and focus for you guys. And when Carl announced on the Surge Monday night that Beachbody's theme of the year was Stronger Every Day, I literally felt like I'd been punched in the gut because that's what I wanted us to focus on, was being strong mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially, every possible way in our relationships. Being strong is what allows you to push through obstacles and stand firm when you otherwise would be knocked down, right? So I'm really excited that that is the theme that Beachbody chose this year. If you haven't seen people using it, it's hashtag stronger every day. I encourage you to use that on all your posts because people don't understand who we are and what we do from the outside looking in. And the more unifying things that you can do like that, when someone starts seeing in their news feed the same hashtag, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go to the Facebook search bar and put in that hashtag and try to figure out what the heck is going on. Because everybody wants to be on point with the trends and know what's going on. And they're going to go search that. And if you're their friend, your post that use that hashtag is going to be the first one that pops up. So join in the hashtag fun and use stronger every day. And then for our team, we're going to be using hashtag one body, one life. One body, one life. Every time you do your workout, every time you do your Shakeology, every time you do your food prep on the weekends, every time you read something amazing in personal development and you go onto social media and you share your journey with the world, use the hashtag one body, one life. And let's create a movement where people understand that this is a one-shot thing. We really want people to understand that waiting and holding back and trying some quick fix wrap or patch or pill is never going to cut it. They have one body and one life, and you better treat it right. And we need to do the same thing, and we need to be setting that example for everybody else out there that's struggling. They deserve that from us. Oh, I got to take my coat off. I'm already like sweating. So excited. All right. So theme of the year is set. The hashtags are set. Priorities, right? Hashtags. I want to speak over our team that my intention is to make this the year of diamonds. Diamond, for me and a lot of you, has been that elusive thing that's like out there. And a lot of people, hit it and lose it, hit it and lose it, or they get really close to hitting it and then they take a step back. And then once you achieve it, then the problem or the dilemma becomes, oh, I did this. Now, how do I teach somebody else how to do this? So I want this year to be the year that we dial it in and nail it out and conquer the whole diamond phenomenon for everybody. There is no reason under the sun that we should not have 10 more new diamonds personally sponsored by me this year and set our team all the way up to 15-star diamond. There is absolutely no reason in the world that we can't do that. And for all of you that are going, oh, that's scary, I want you to set a big scary goal because that one scares the crap out of me. I'm not sure I can do it, but I'm going to try. And I'm going to go down hard, fighting for it, tooth and nail, with everything that I have. So you need to set your big, hairy, scary goal, the one you think you might not be able to accomplish. And I guarantee you, if you put it out there and you work toward it and you make sure that your actions feed into that goal, if you don't hit it, you'll get awfully close. And that's pretty dang sweet. I wanted to be in the top 200 of the company this year and I hit 211. Was I disappointed I didn't hit my goal? Yes. But then I said, you know what? You were 11 spots away from where you intended to be, and out of 400,000 spots, I'll take it. It's amazing that when you set it out there and you set that intention, you say it and you work towards it, you'll get there. You will reach your goal. I was I want to tell you guys a story. Thursday nights, my daughter, Livy, she's 7, has gymnastics. And she's extremely athletic, like flexible as a pixie stick. She can do amazing things. And I was watching her. And this little girl she's very shy around new people, especially adults. She warms up to kids really, really fast. Like Josh and Jessica Heckel came and stayed with us last weekend for our team party. And she and Jessica's daughter, Jillian, who's also, she just turned 7. What, today? Yesterday? Yeah. She just turned 7. They're the same age, and they hit it off. They were jumping on the trampoline. They were skating around the house. They were talking to each other, but Livy would hardly talk to Josh or Jessica. She did talk to Josh a little bit. So she's very shy. So when I see her at gymnastics and she's in the zone, like that's her thing. She's really good at it. you can tell she's waiting in line and she can't wait for it to be her turn. You know, she can hardly wait, and she's just jumping in her skin, trying to get up there. It's her turn to do it next. And I know I'm her mom, so I'm biased, but she's better than everybody in her class. And it's fun to watch her be confident and excel at something. And I sat there with my husband and I said, you know, I want to do over with my childhood. I want to go back and, you know, my mom was extremely insecure, even as a grown woman, as a mother. She didn't have the best dad growing up. He's a precious man in his older years. We just lost him last year. And he came to be a loving father. But when she was growing up, he didn't give her the time of day. And she had an older brother that was constantly condemning her and picking at her. And she just had a lot of confidence issues. And I absorbed that from my mom. I was so insecure. I held back in everything. I was so terrified to fail or look stupid or put myself out there that I never tried. And I watched my daughter doing gymnastics and I thought, you know, maybe I would have been good at that. Maybe she didn't get this athleticism from her daddy, like I've always said. Maybe I would have been good at it, but I was too terrified to try. And I remember when I was in 5th grade, my dad made me sign up for softball. And I did not want to play. And I told him, I don't want to play because I was so scared of looking like a fool. I had no confidence. And so, little rebellious thing I spent the entire season, he made me play, but I would not swing the bat. I would not swing the bat. I would either get walked or I would be struck out. But I did not swing the bat the whole year. In fact, it got to be a thing with all the dads of the girls on the team. They would offer me $20, $40, $100 just to swing the bat. I would not do it. Would not do it. And I watched my daughter being confident today, and I thought, my kids are not going to hold back. That legacy stops with me. I may have held back. I may have missed out, and I don't blame my mom. She was on her own journey, God love her, and she's doing a lot better now. She struggled with depression, and you know, she's doing better, but that stops with me. And as we go into the content of tonight's training call, I want you to understand, no matter how long you've been on my team as a coach, your life is better for it. And it's not me. It's this community, this fit family that we have, this linking of arms of people who are striving to live better life for themselves and for their children or for the people they love, for the people they haven't even met yet. We're all doing that together. So while we're setting big goals this year for fitness and business and finance, I don't want you to ever lose sight of the immeasurable things that come along with all of the things that you're working on, like your kids, your friends, the people you work with, people who are watching you that you don't even know. Them being blessed and empowered and inspired by your confidence, by your faith, by your strength to step outside of the accepted box and do something different, that changes the world. It changes people. And I don't care how small of a role you think you play, it's bigger than you realize. So this team, this business, this company is about so much more than fitness and earning income. It's so much more than that. It's about what happens now in your mind and your heart that creates a ripple effect around you that goes so far and so wide that you may not ever even know the people that it will reach. You know, I think about how my daughters will raise their children because of what Beachbody has taught me, to believe in myself, to show them what it looks like to stand up when people say you're stupid for getting involved in that pyramid scheme. They've watched me stand firm and believe in something bigger than myself and fight for it. And they're going to be better off for that. And I may not ever even know how far that ripple will reach. And the same thing is true for your life and the people in it. So I want to talk to you about 6 different facets of being strong in your business this year and in your life. And the first one we're going to tackle is the biggest. It's the most important, and it's the biggest. The first thing we're going to talk about is mindset. Having a strong mindset. You've got to know what you want and why you want it. And it's okay to want something. You know, if you grew up in the Bible Belt like I did, for a long time I thought it was wrong to want anything other than what I had right at that moment. I thought I was being discontent and ungrateful. But God didn't create us and put us here on this amazing earth to settle for less than what He has in store for us. So it's okay to want more for your life. God planted those desires and dreams in your heart for a reason. They didn't just happen upon there. They're there for a reason. He has a purpose for you to do something with that glorifies Him and reaches people that you otherwise wouldn't reach. So know what you want and why you want it. Mindset affects over 80% of our circumstances in life. We like to think and blame other people for where we are and the things that we're dealing with, but it's our own mindset and belief system that is responsible for 80% of what we're dealing with in our finances, relationships, thought process. If you struggle with, being self-critical and perfectionist, if you're unhappy in your job, in your relationships, if you're constantly coming up short with money, it's never the external thing. 80% of what causes all of that stuff, good or bad, has to do with your mindset. So I want you to do me a favor real quick. If you've got paper in front of you, which you should always take notes, draw out a scale of 1 to 10, just a straight line, like a little number line. Put 1 on one end and 10 on the other. Now, on this little scale here, 1 represents you're barely tapping into your potential at all. Like you have so far to go. You have just barely even begun to realize that you have potential. And 10 is you living out your full potential. Like you have arrived. You are ready to go meet Jesus. Like you're done on earth. You have just completely exhausted all the potential that you have. You're maxed out and you're just like amazing. So on this line of 1 to 10, I want each one of you to mark where you feel like you are right now personally in your life. Really think about that for a minute. I'm going to give you a second to think about it. Now I'm going to ask you to do the same thing for our team on a scale of 1 to 10. Where do you feel like our team is? And you guys can answer in chat box. I'd like to know what number you think our team is on this number line from 1 to 10 of living out our potential. I really do want to know. Go to chat. Awesome. Yeah, give me some numbers. I got a 4, 7. Oh, me 4, team 7. Okay, personally 3, me 5, 3. Yeah, tell me your number for yourself and for the team. Oh, Kelly, you're sweet. Kelly said we're at a 7 as a team. Jessica said 8. Y'all are so much nicer than I am. Awesome. Lots of you are giving yourselves 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s. It's interesting to me that you're all ranking the team higher than yourself. What does that say about the value that we place on this team? Does it make you better? Does being on this team make you better? It makes me better. It makes me better. Well, let me tell you a story about the guy I got this number line thing from. He's someone that works for Tony Robbins. If you're not familiar, Tony Robbins is a life coach, business coach, sales coach extraordinaire. He's worked with the last 4 presidents of the United States to help them with their PR and, communication and speaking and, whatnot. He works with Oprah. He's worked with Bill Gates. So the guy I heard speaking about this is one of Tony Robbins' top people in his organization. And he was telling a story about when Oprah came to one of their seminars, and they were in a small group, and they were all using this same number line strategy to point out where they felt like they were with living up to their potential. And Oprah, of all people, richest woman in the world, arguably one of the most accomplished philanthropists of our entire generation, has accomplished things that a black girl from Mississippi who was born in the late 50s should not have accomplished, right? I mean, she came from what she describes as absolutely nothing, and yet she's done something incredible, untouchable for most people. She gave herself a 3. She gave herself a 3. And while a lot of us would, balk at that, oh, Oprah, you're probably close to a 10, at least 8 or 9. For her, she said that the more she accomplishes, the more she sees that she could do. And I'll be honest with you, last night when Doug Moss and Brittany Adamson from Beachbody called me to tell me about making Elite, I was super, super excited, totally pumped up, but I was really, really anxious to find out where we fell rank-wise in Elite ranking. And like I told you, my goal was to hit top 200. That would have meant an extra $400 a month for my family. I don't know if you know this, but when you hit Elite, you get an extra $100 a month. I think it's the third Thursday of the month. They add $100 to your paycheck. But if you're in the top 200, it's $400 a month. I've got a kid going to college this year. I've got one that needs braces. I've got 4 of us that need vehicle situations addressed, whether it's repairs or trading in. There are a lot of crazy expenses coming at us this year, and that's why I was striving for top 200. And when I was on the phone with Brittany last night, and she told me, girlfriend, you're Elite. She's California, so she's girlfriend this, and, so much fun. But she said, you did it. The numbers are all up. You hit it. And guess where you fell in the rank? Where were you last month? I said, I was 354, I think, last month. She said, well, guess what you are now? And I'm on pins and needles expecting her to say something that falls under the number 200. And she says 211. And I'm like, okay, it's really close. It's still amazing. It's not where my goal was, but, it's okay. And so, they told me good job, and we talked about some stories from the year that we had worked on together, and got off the phone. And I walked in my kitchen, and I started crying because on the one hand, I was really happy that we did it. We hit Elite and 5-star. We locked it in. But I felt like a failure. I felt like I let my family down. And I started that whole thing in my head of, if I had just helped a few more coaches hit Success Club, if I had just pushed a little harder, if I had just stayed up late one more night, if I would have, could have, should have, and it started in. And I felt really guilty about that. So I grabbed a glass of wine and a piece of chocolate, and I made a video for you guys, because there's nothing that pulls me out of myself more than thinking about you. And I took a nice bubble bath, and I tried to go to bed, and then I couldn't sleep. I didn't go to bed till 2 a.m. because I could not let it go that there was something more I could have done. And I felt so guilty for feeling that. And then I listened to this training today preparing to talk to you guys, and I found out that Oprah gave herself a 3. And he started talking about how truly successful people are always looking at what they could do better, how they could serve more people, how they haven't even tapped into their full potential yet. And that's what I love about our team and the culture of Beachbody, is that they pour recognition all over us. Just like getting a personal phone call from the director of the entire West region of a $1 billion company with more than 400,000 coaches just in Team Beachbody. That's not even the Beachbody side where they just sell products but there's no coaches. For them to get on the phone with me and tell me, we're proud of you. You're in the top 0.1%. You're elite. You matter. For them to get on the phone and tell me that, they pour recognition and praise and prizes and trips and accolades and value and heart and amazing products that we don't even have to go market because they take care of it for us. Pour into us constantly because they know that we're the kind of people that are giving ourselves 2s and 3s on this number scale. And they want us to know that the potential we are living out does matter. And that even though we look out ahead and we see how far we have yet to go, they want us to pause. And we all need to pause and celebrate what we're doing here and now to make a difference in people's lives. And we've got to have that mindset of, yes, I'm hard on myself. Yes, I'm a perfectionist. No, I'm not where I want to be yet. No, I haven't had the success in this business yet that I want to have eventually. But I'm doing something. And I've got to have the mindset and the belief system to push through. As a team, you guys were giving us such awesome numbers, and that's amazing. But I feel like we have just broken through. It's like when the baby's cutting their first tooth, and you can see it under the surface for a long time. You can see the white, and you get so excited, and you're like, weeks and weeks and even months go by, and you're like, is that tooth ever going to come through? I know it's there. I can see it. And it's that moment when the tooth finally breaks through, and you notice one morning when you get them up out of their crib and they smile real big and you see that little white glistening and you're like, yeah, tooth broke through. Yes. That's how I feel about our team right now. Everything hinges on diamond in this business. You got to hit diamond, and then you have to turn around and teach somebody else how to do it. And I've only helped 5 people hit diamond. The 6th one is my second business center that I did myself. So I've done it twice, and I've helped 5 people do it. That's not very much practice, So I want this to be the year that we figure this diamond thing out. So I feel like as a team, we're at maybe a 3. We've got amazing work we've done, but we have so much more potential of incredible, crazy things that we can do together. If you think about it, if you gave yourself a 2 on that number line, if we give our team a 2, what that means is that 80% of our purpose, what we were meant to do, is sitting out there right in front of us waiting for us to walk into it and grab it. You can seize it. It's there. The world, the people that you need, the income that you need to save your financial situation, the potential, it's all out there waiting for you. There's no competition because there's no shortage of airspace or money or people. That 80% of that potential out there in front of you is yours and yours alone. There's not another coach that can take that from you. There's no Herbalife or Advocare rep that can take that from you. It's yours. So a lot of times people hesitate to join with my team. I hear them say this all the time. Well, Advocare's really big where I'm from. Nobody's going to want to do this. Scratch that. There are people out there who want you. They don't care what product you're offering. It's you that they want. You just so happen to have the best products in the world at your disposal to help them with, but it's you that they want. And they're sitting out there in your potential just waiting for you to grab it. So what does this have to do with mindset? You have to have unstoppable, unshakable resolve to push. And I want you to write this down. Push stands for persist until something happens. I'm going to say all that again. You must have unstoppable, unshakable resolve to push, to persist until something happens. You don't just push until you feel like you've pushed enough and there's no result. When you are lifting weights with 21 Day Fix or Body Beast or Hammer and Chisel, where does the work happen? Is it on the first rep? Is it on the second rep? No, it's the last one. When you feel like you can't lift that weight another second, that's where the progress happens, right there. And you have to think about that in your business, with you having the right mindset to tackle this thing. It's not going to happen the first time you post on Facebook that you have a challenge group starting next Monday. It's not going to happen the second time. You may get a few people interested, but you've got to teach them about who you are and what you're doing. And you have to do rep after rep after rep after rep after rep to get the result. And you have to keep persisting until something happens. You know, if you only do 2 or 3 reps a day of bicep curls, are you ever going to build a muscle? No, never. If you only post on social media about your workout or your shake or your clean eating meal plan or your upcoming challenge group once every 3 months, is anything ever going to happen? No. You've got to do 10 reps in a row with a heavy weight. You've got to shred that muscle down to build it back up. It's the same thing with your business. It all comes down to our BS. And before you think I'm saying bullshit there, what I'm saying about BS is belief system. Write this down. Results come from action or lack of. Results come from action or lack of. Second piece of that. Action comes from decision. Action comes from decision. Decision comes from belief systems. Decision comes from belief systems. So it begs the question, what is a belief? What is a belief? Write this down. The definition of belief is a feeling of absolute certainty. Henry Ford once said, whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. So if your belief system is, I can't, I'm not good enough, I suck at social media, I'm shy, I'm an introvert, I don't have an education, I'm not good at network marketing, I don't know how to talk to people, nobody wants me to talk to them anyway, I don't have a big enough fitness transformation yet, I've failed at everything I've ever done. If that's your belief system, then you're going to make decisions out of that. So when you start talking to somebody about their fitness goals and you're trying to use the 5-step process we've taught you in our training groups, and this person starts asking you questions or asking you about the price, your belief system can make you think, they don't trust me. They're questioning me. I knew they wouldn't want to hear from me. Nobody wants to buy a challenge pack from me. Then you get mad and you say something smart to the person and you shut the conversation down and you go, well, see there, I told you. I wasn't cut out for this anyway. I'm going to quit. Was it really the actions that you were taking that were wrong, or was it the mindset that you brought into it? So if your belief system affects your decisions, and your decisions fuel your actions, and your actions create results, if you want to be a diamond coach, if you want to be a 2-star, 5-star, 15-star diamond coach, if you want to be debt-free, if you want those results, you got to trace it all the way back to your belief system. That's how powerful mindset is. So, you know, in these training groups that we give you, we're giving you the action steps you need to take. I'm running 3 training groups right now for 3 different levels of coaches, giving you everything I've learned in the past 5 years in a nutshell, pouring out of everything that I know. I'm giving you the action steps, the decisions that you need to make. But I can't fix your belief system. I can't do that. You have to do that. You've either got one of 2 things. You either have empowering beliefs or you have limiting beliefs. If you haven't been successful yet in this business and you're wondering what piece you're missing, I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, it's that you have limiting beliefs instead of empowering beliefs. You can never achieve what you don't believe. You can never achieve what you don't believe. Here's the good news. You can change it. We are dynamic creatures who are made new every day. The Bible tells us every morning you are a new creation. You are not chained to who you once were. You are free. You are free to be everything that God created you to be. So what is your big goal this year for yourself? Think about mindset. Get rid of those limiting beliefs that tell you you can't and start thinking about your goals without those limiting beliefs hanging over you. Set your big goal for your business. Set your big goal for your personal life. It's not what you can do, but what you will do. It's not what you're capable of doing right now. It's what you're willing to learn how to do. And it all goes to mindset. There's a quote out there that says that 80% of success is just showing up. Well, I think that's misleading because I know a lot of coaches, they're at every team event that I host. They go to Summit. They're at every Super Saturday event. They're at every team gathering. They're on every call. They show up, but not fully. They're there in spirit or physically present, but they don't show up in that they're allowing limiting beliefs to stop them from taking action on what they're learning there. It's how you show up. Are you showing up with persistence, intentionality, believing in this thing with everything that you have? Are you showing up expecting some event or some person or something to do it for you? It can't be that way. It can't happen that way. So I want you to understand the power of personal development and why we harp on it so much. Man, I marked my page in this book. Now I lost my spot. One second. I think about Jessica Heckel at our Diamond Retreat earlier this year. It was March of 2015. And she was 3 months postpartum. She had a really trying pregnancy. She was very high risk, on bed rest, gained more weight than she wanted to, was really, really sick. And she came to our Diamond Retreat not feeling so great about herself. And we stayed up really late one night in the kitchen talking while she made salad dressing. We cried and we talked, and she had a hard time at the Diamond Retreat. But after that, girlfriend dug into personal development like it was air. She had hit Diamond at one point and had lost her team all the way down to coach level. So she was down. She was struggling. But after that Diamond Retreat, she dug in her heels. She realized that it was her own limiting beliefs that were holding her back and stopping her. And she started living, eating, and breathing as much personal development as she could get her hands on. And she told me just yesterday she goes through a book every day and a half on Audible or in her hands. She digests and absorbs a book every day and a half. This woman works full time and has 3 kids, and her husband's job often leaves her basically being a single mom because he can get called out at a moment's notice. He's in law enforcement and he can be called away at any moment. She's changed her belief system. That has changed her decisions. Her decisions have changed her actions, and her actions has given her an incredible result, which is Diamond rank, not all by herself though. She's got several business builders on her team now, her own team culture and her own dynamic, and she's rocking it, and she's going to soar through her goals this year, no doubt. And it all goes back to her belief system. She took charge of it and she changed it. There was nothing I could do other than set the example for her of doing personal development myself and telling her that it would help her. There was no training, no social media technique, no Diamond chart that she could analyze and fill it in. It had to start here. I want you to write down on your piece of paper what your 2 big goals are. You need 1 business goal and you need 1 personal goal. I want you to write those down. Make sure you're audacious with your goals. Don't put down what you think you can accomplish based on the skills that you have right now. Put down what will change your life. What that deep, dark, quiet voice in the back of your head is always whispering you to believe in, and you shoo it away like, no, I can't do that. That's what you need to write down. All right, a few things that I want to pull out for you from this book by Joel Osteen called Breakout. If you haven't read this yet, I highly recommend it. If you struggle with limiting belief systems about yourself, get this book. All right, listen to a few of these quotes. Before you had a problem, God already had the solution. So whatever thing you feel like is in your life that you can't push past or get over, God already has a solution for you. He's already got it. You just have to keep praying and persisting and standing firm and let him reveal it to you. Work on yourself, get out of your own way, and it will be solved. I love this too. Maybe you can't see anything happening in whatever your struggle is, whatever your goal is. But if the curtain was pulled back, you could see into the unseen realm. There, you would see God at work arranging things in your favor as you continue to walk in faith towards the things he's promised you. So that begs the question, how many times do we stop before we get to the curtain? And he's got all these amazing things in store for us, and we stop because we don't believe in ourselves, and we don't have faith, and we doubt, and we stop trying. We give up before we even get to what he's created for us. God has planned explosive growth in your future. I speak this over all of you. He has already lined up new people, new sales, new business, new levels of health, renewed relationships, new partnerships. Your attitude should be, yes, I have some struggles and some things I'm working on, but I'm not worried. I know God is going before me, and he has promised he will make rivers in the desert. He will prosper me even in the midst of a recession. He tells me I can move mountains with faith as small as a mustard seed. I want you guys to own that for yourselves for this year, for your goals. Now, that was all mindset, and I'm going to blow through the rest of the things that you need to be strong in real quick because they just fall into place when you get your mindset straight. So you got to be strong in your fitness, right? Beachbody goes to so much trouble to provide for us amazing programs. The research, the development, the marketing, the infomercials, the science that they put into hammer and chisel. No, there's no telling what that costs them. To pay 2 trainers to lead a program instead of 1, I mean, that's double the investment right there. So all our job is to be a walking billboard for those programs. We don't have to know everything about it. We don't have to do the science. We don't have to market it. We just have to be a walking billboard that they work. So whether you're doing the 3-day refresh, PIO, 21-day fix, hammer and chisel, insanity, whatever you're doing, just constantly share your progress and your results. Let people see your transformation. That's what they'll value. I'm picking on Jessica tonight, but she had a girl the other day who messaged her and said, you know, it's one thing to see a before and after picture just thrown up on Facebook, but I've been watching you for a year. And I've watched you transform your body after having that baby. And I want you to be my coach. That is what people want. That's what they want to see. Just share your journey with them. Tell them about your workouts, how you feel when you don't feel like doing it and you do it anyway, or days you get up and you can't wait to do your workout. You're so excited because you love it. Share that with them. You've got to be strong in your fitness. You've got to walk the walk and be an example. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to be completely ripped and shredded and perfect and flawless. You just have to show progress and be a transformation story that somebody else can be inspired by. You've got to be strong in your business. This is a business. You need to go into your Coach Online office and go into the news and training section. Go into training and learn everything that you can about this business. You need to learn what Success Club is. You need to learn what Team Cycle Bonus is. There's only so much your upline coaches can do to train you and teach you. You have to get out there and advocate for yourself and go find out the information that you need in addition to engaging in your upline's trainings. The best way I've learned anything in this business has been by going to YouTube and searching out Team Beachbody, Diamond, and seeing all the videos that come up from other coaches and just watching them one after another, taking notes, learning how to do it. You have to go out there and advocate for your business. You are the CEO of your business. You opened a franchise. Same way as if you decided to go out and open a Chick-fil-A franchise in your town, it would be on you to access what Chick-fil-A offers to help you be successful with that franchise. You're the CEO of your business. Everything rises and falls on you. Now, our team is incredibly blessed because we have resources and support, and we trade ideas and we help each other. We've got this culture and this family of just, I don't even know the word for it. It's a connection that's indescribable. It's heart connection. We take care of each other, but we can only take care of each other so far. And there's a boundary there where I end and you begin. And I can't handle your BS for you. You have to do that. You got to take care of your business. Learn what the numbers are. Figure this thing out. You'll stumble upon something that will blow my mind, and you can tell me about it. And I'll be like, dang, I didn't even know that. Watch, it'll happen. You got to be strong in your finances. To whom much is given, much is expected. And as American citizens, we are richly blessed. We have so much more than anybody else in the entire world. And we have to honor what we have before we can expect to be given more. So I don't care, and I've learned this the hard way, I don't care how financially strapped you are. If you are honorable with what you have, and I firmly believe we cannot outgive God, if you will give him the first 10% of any income that you have, he will blow your mind with what he gives you back. And if that feels like too much, just imagine if you had to trade places with God. What if you had to give him 90% and then he only gave you 10? God gets the short end of the stick on this deal. He only asks us for 1/10 of what he's willing to give us. That's incredible. I would encourage all of you to consider tithing. I listen to podcasts from churches from all over the United States, and I don't always tithe to my local church. I tithe to Stephen Furtick because I soak him up like a dry sponge. Everything he offers, I'm listening, I'm learning, I'm taking it in. So, whether it's to your local church, a charity that's close to your heart, I know we have lots of pet lovers on our team. Maybe you could adopt a pet program financially, take care of feeding, a homeless pet in the shelter for a year. Do something to give back out of what you're receiving. And I guarantee you that opens the floodgates on what God will bring into your life. Absolutely. And finally, you've got to be strong in your future. And I'll tie that together with faith. We were not made for this world. And I'm going to get a little bit preachy here, but we were not made for this world. We were made for heaven. We were created to spend some time here, to grow God's kingdom, to love, to forgive, to have a purpose and a passion that extends all the way into eternity. And that means we're going to face opposition. People are going to dog on you. They are going to hate on you. Your family is going to doubt you. My own sister is pushing 300 pounds and wants nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me and what I stand for and what I'm about. In fact, she will take every opportunity to slam what I'm doing and what I'm about, even in front of my children, to my children when I'm not around. That will happen for you. And it doesn't mean that you're in the wrong place. It means you're in the right place. And you've got to be strong in the future and in your faith for what God has in store for you. And you standing firm while the earth moves around you is simply you flexing that muscle that you're trying to build. That's the 10th rep. You've got to stand firm through that. You've got to be strong in your future and know that the purpose and calling that is on your heart is not in vain. It matters. I was at the grocery store earlier, And two stories here. I was at the grocery store, and I had probably everything organic that they offer in the entire store, because it's a small town store. We don't have that much organic stuff. So if it was organic in that store, I had it in my buggy. And then I had 4 Totino's junk frozen pizzas mixed in with my stuff. And the bag boy's like putting his stuff in my reusable bags, you know, because I want to be earth friendly. He's putting all his stuff in these bags, and he's like, and he had this confused look. I was like, what? What? He's like, you've got all this healthy stuff. Why do you have these pizzas in here? And started a conversation about how, you know, I have 2 teenage boys, and by the time I got on this whole health kick, they already had some serious food habits developed, and that I try to be realistic. I want to teach them about food, but I don't want to shove it down their throats to the point that they rebel and don't want anything to do with what I have to say. So it's a little give and take. I let them have their frozen pizzas. Like, I'll buy 4, like maybe every 2 or 3 weeks, and they eat a whole one in one sitting because they're teenage boys. So it's not that much, but it's just a little something so that they know that I'm willing to give a little. And when I ask them to give a little with their food choices, they're willing to negotiate with me. So I'm having this conversation with the bag boy, and we start walking out to my car, and he starts telling me about this friend of his who's making a lot of money in some other network marketing thing that just sprung up. And I said, you know, you should look into that. And he was really shocked. He's like, I figured you would tell me to do what you were doing. And I said, you know what I do? He's like, who doesn't? And he started telling me how he's been watching me for the past couple of years. I don't even know this guy. No clue who he is. He said, I've been watching you on Facebook, and I've never seen anybody have the success that you've had and have the people around you that like cheer you on, and you're constantly telling people good job and posting all these beautiful pictures, telling people how amazing they are. And he's like, I've never seen that before. And so we had this conversation, and by the end of him putting the groceries in my car, he was asking me if he could join our team. And I tell you that because I did not have his name on my contact list. I was not prepared to form him or hand him a shake sample. I was going in there to buy groceries. But because I started something 4.5 years ago, and I saw into the future what God put on my heart that was undeniable, that boy very well may change his own future because of something I did 4.5 years ago that created a ripple effect. And I want you to wrap your head around the fact that your faith and your future are determined by what you do today. The decision that you make tonight after you get off this call, and I'm about to wrap up, determine whether or not some young boy in a grocery store who's bagging groceries for a living at 23, 24 years old has a future that allows him to maybe provide for a family someday in a way that he never would be able to bagging groceries. His life matters to me. Your life matters to me. I want you to take everything that we've talked about on this call tonight, and I want you to get really real about how you holding back and you having self-limiting belief systems denies someone else a future that they might get to have if you deal with your BS. So it becomes this situation of, how dare you hold back? How dare you not believe in something that you see other people having success with? And I promise you, I am not special. I've had more crap issues to deal with, severe insecurity, depression, horrific financial situations, almost divorced several times, kid with cancer, husband with cancer, almost lost my house, almost lost my car. I am not special. Whatever you're dealing with, push past it. If not for yourself, for someone else out there that needs you to step up. Your children, your coworkers. When I'm posting on social media, when I don't want to, when I want to crawl in a hole and stay off Facebook for like a week, I think about the woman out there who's where I was. And I don't even know that girl anymore. I can't even, it's hard for me to even think about what it was like to live in that mind, in that heart, in that body. But I think about her. I think about how lost she was and how she cried herself to sleep every single night, wondering, where is the end? When will my child be healed? Is she going to die? Am I going to be that mom? You know? And then as soon as she's well, my husband gets sick. And I'm, again, in bed every night going, what did I do? You know, and I get up every day and just try to survive. You know, just get by. And a lot of you are living that right now. A lot of you are walking that path. You are just barely making it. Whether it's financially, in your faith walk, you know, in your relationships, depression, anxiety, self-doubt, disappointment, discouragement, you could put any name on it. A lot of you are walking that of just surviving. And I want you to live. I want you to know from my life, from my story, that if I can do this, if I can achieve elite and 5-star diamond and cast my vision out across this year to 15-star diamond, which I honestly don't think I can do, but by the power and grace of God, if he works in my life, then all things are possible through him. And the same is true for you. You can claim that same truth, because I'm not special. There's nothing special about what's going on with me. And I hope all of you surpass me. I hope you go faster than me. I hope you roll right past me and rank. I hope you are top 10 and get to go on the top 10 trip. I don't even know where it is, but I hope you go, because you have that right, and what you do matters. So I want to leave you with this. Let's come back full circle here. Every single day, here's what you need to do. The ingredients in your day need to look like this, and you better write this down. Feed your mind something delectable every day. Keep pouring through personal development until you find the speaker, the preacher, the author, the motivational person that speaks your language and addresses your limiting belief and helps you chip away at it. Find that person. So feed your mind something delectable every day. Number 2, do your workout according to the Beachbody schedule that came with it. And then put #duh out beside that. Do your workout every day. Number 3, drink Shakeology. Just drink it every day. Don't miss a day. Don't let yourself run out. If you're having trouble affording it every month, go help 3 people get started on a challenge pack, and you have paid for your own Shakeology. Just go do it. If you want to stay on it, you will make it happen. Drink it every day. Number 4, share your life openly and authentically. Share your life openly and authentically, whether you feel like it or not, whether you feel confident about it, whether it makes you go vomit after you post it on social media, or you have to call all of your friends or go post on our team page and say, please go like my post. Give me some love. We do that all the time for each other. You've got to share what you're doing, how you feel, what you think, how you're transforming inside and out. I guarantee you that person who's been watching Jessica the last year, who came to her yesterday, has been as inspired by her personal development as she has been her physical one. I guarantee you that's what attracted her to Jessica. And finally, believe and achieve. You've got to believe 100% in this company, in our team, and in yourself. And then go achieve your goals. Go achieve your goals. What are your goals? You wrote them down. You wrote them down. If you need help reverse engineering your goals, if you've got a big financial goal, if you need to bring in $2,000 a month in order to keep paying your mortgage and not have to move out of your house, you might need to get with your upline sponsor and say, help me understand how many challenge packs this is per month, or how many coaches I need to sign up. Help me navigate this and reverse engineer this so I know how to make it happen. Get some help with that if you don't know how to break the numbers down. Ask somebody. Reach out. If you want ideas for personal development, or if you feel like you're missing certain skills that you need for this business, ask somebody else who you admire who seems really good at that. Ask them how they got good at it. I posted in my team page today, not all of you could see this because it was in my group for my personally sponsored coaches, but I told them, if you struggle with social media, go watch Katie McGilvray and Crystal Gaither on Facebook, because they are killing it with sharing their journey and being warm and inviting and encouraging and an open book. Good, bad, and ugly. They're sharing their life, and people are flocking to them in droves just to stand near them because they're warm and fuzzy and they're inviting, and they've created something that people want to be a part of. So go find somebody that has the strength that you feel like you need and learn from them. Believe and achieve. So after this call tonight, I want you all to go on social media. Here's your homework. Go on social media, and I want you to share on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you are, one huge aha moment that you had during this call tonight that is changing you. Be vulnerable. Tell your story. Post it in chunks and pieces, not one big long paragraph. Post it in chunks and pieces. Use emojis. Make it something that somebody else can read and feel inspired to believe in themselves too. Use the hashtag Stronger Every Day, One Body, One Life, and I want to be able to go search those hashtags and see dozens of posts from our team that will inspire somebody else out there. And the backwards thing about it all is that the more you do that, the more you trick yourself into believing it's true. That's how I've built my success. Honest to God. Fake it till you make it. You know, pretend, say to yourself, I'm a 15-star diamond, I'm a 15-star diamond. And as soon as that thought creeps up in your head that says, no, you're not, who do you think you are? Say, shut up, and go post on Facebook like you're a 15-star diamond. And I guarantee you it'll happen. You will build success beyond what you could ever ask or imagine. 38 comments in the chat box. I love all this interaction. If you guys have any questions about anything that we've talked about tonight, I will be on live in the Team Fresh and Fit the Family page for the next 15-20 minutes. And I'll open up a post, and you guys can use the comments section to ask any questions. I would love to hear your takeaways, your aha moments, and your goals. People who share their goals out loud with one another are more likely to reach them. I love you guys. I'm proud of you. I am blown away at the opportunity that you've given me to stand shoulder to shoulder with you and change lives, change our own lives. It's humbling, it's overwhelming, and I'm ready to make this the year of diamonds. I want all of you to achieve your goals for a healthier, more fulfilling life. I want you to live more life in however you define that. So recording will be available shortly. I'll share that with you guys, and I'll open up a chat in the team page, and I can't wait to hear your goals and your feedback. Good night, everybody.